Hello, my name is Keisha. This is my first ever voice note to a public audience. I consider myself to be a very private person, so on my own, I would never consider doing something like this. My friend and my colleague, Rosette Jean Smith, has always encouraged me to tell my story. She believes my story can encourage others. To be honest, I really don't know where to start. But let me give you a brief background to who I am. I'm a wife, I'm a mother, and I'm a lecturer of counseling psychology. I consider myself to be an introvert, even though persons may mistake me for an extrovert because I really try to fit in well with everybody. I like to work in the background. I am just not the upfront person. I do not like attention. However, my job as a lecturer takes me to the forefront at times. So that aspect I have to do, even though I prefer working in the background. I love people, especially young people. I enjoy working with them and guiding them. I recall a point in my life when I questioned my purpose. A bishop told me that my purpose was in my classroom, working with my students. In short, that is my ministry. And over the years, I've come to believe that. I would consider myself to be a healthy person overall. But in 2018, it was discovered that I had breast cancer. The news didn't break me because I consider myself to be a realist. What I mean by this, I live in a real world and things do not always go the way that we want them to. And things do happen to people. I have never once questioned God as to why me? Why not me? If not me, it would be somebody else. I believe we all have burdens to bear at some point in our lives. And I believe that this was my burden to bear. When I look around sometimes and I see persons going through so many different things in their families, the death of a loved one, having certain illnesses, not being able to work to maintain the family. There are so many different things that persons are going through. So I would never question God to say, why me? And now, when this happened, I went through chemotherapy and other alternative treatments for a while, and the cancer went into remission for a little while. However, each time something else would pop up and the cycle would start all over again. In all of this, I was never alone, and that's a blessing for me. I had the best family, friends, and colleagues who just never left my side at any point. My colleagues were phenomenal, I can tell you that much. When I couldn't manage at work, they would always assist. They would take my classes when I just could not manage. The cancer briefly went into remission again, but in the summer of 2024, it came back. This time, it had spread to my lung, my liver, and I was also diagnosed with a brain tumor. This has been my hardest period ever, I can tell you that much. Apart from my organs being affected, The overall sickness and the symptoms are hard to deal with. God has been my peace throughout my illness. There are days when I physically feel like I am not going to make it, but God has been, taking me through each day. So I know that He has a plan for me. He's not done with me yet. The fact that I am still alive, I believe that God is not done with me yet. And each day I hold on to that. Once I'm alive, God is not done with me yet. While I am still alive, I would like to encourage and to inspire others. Today we are here, and tomorrow we are gone. But once we are here, we need to make the most of our lives. I believe that. Our lives become meaningless if we never touch the lives of others or just to deposit something meaningful in their lives. Sometimes I feel like my life has been cut short because of this disease. Because I never really got to achieve all the things that I wanted to achieve. But I still have to look at life in a positive way. Even though I never got the chance to do maybe the things I had on paper to achieve. There are so many other things that I can do in my own small way, even though I never got to achieve those big things that I wanted for myself. I want to encourage somebody today just to stay strong in spite of whatever storm you're facing. My storm may be different from your storm, but it is still a storm. Just don't give up or play dead. Once you still have breath, it means that you still have life, and life means movement. Just continue to push on in faith, knowing that God promises just never to leave or forsake us. No matter what we're going through, God is not going to leave or forsake us, and I hold on to that every day. Be intentional about living, even when the odds are against you. So even when I get those bad reports that, the chemo is not working for me, my liver is getting bad, I am still intentional. I get up every day and I tell myself that I shall live. And it makes a difference when I tell myself that. I am encouraged, and it does something for me. These are my few words to you for now. You will be hearing from me again. God bless you.